Mexico is one of the most popular countries in the world. It's known for its delicious gastronomy, beautiful beaches, and the like. But also, not a lot of people know about some stories, legends, and curious things. But I am here to tell you, and I know you are going to like them. Let's begin with this series of videos called Mexico by the Teacher Club. Who am I? Hi, I'm Lalo. I'm an English and Spanish teacher. I'm here to share with you some of the amazing unknown things about this place called Mexico. In this video, we'll talk about the state of Nayarit, a place located on the Mexican Pacific coast. We'll also learn about the life of Tomas Gomez Hernandez, aka Tomason, who was one of the tallest men in the world. Tomason was born in Amatlán de Cañas, a small town in the state of Nayarit. By the time he was born, Nayarit was not an independent state, as it was part of the state of Jalisco. Jalisco is famous for its capital, Guadalajara, and the tequila. He was quite known for two things: his amazing height of around 7'4" and his activity as a muleteer. A muleteer is a person who drives mules. In Spanish, it is called arriero. As he grew older, he learned to do farm labor and to be an arriero. He was as normal as any other kid in his town, but things would change when he became an adult. People noticed his height was higher than any other person, that's for sure. Regular people would look so small next to him. Because of that, people started calling him Tomason, as a combination of Tomas and Samson. According to the Bible, Samson was a man with superhuman strength and long hair. He appears in the Old Testament in the book of Judges. So, Tomas was compared with him due to his super strength, considering he was taller than the average people. There are some amazing stories about his strength. It is documented that it was a common practice of his to embrace donkeys with everything to cross them in a swollen stream. Yeah, this guy was really strong. He could carry the donkeys, including the load they had. Another example of his strength is provided by testimonies from the time he worked as a day laborer on an hacienda in San Sebastián del Oeste, where it was common to see him throw 50-kilo sacks full of beans with only one arm to the place where they were stored. You might think Tomason was a rude guy because of his height and strength, but all the contrary, he was a kind person with everybody. Yeah, this guy was not a bad guy. He would never abuse of anybody. He was a really nice guy according to the investigation I made. He dressed in blankets and huaraches, or sandals, always wearing the traditional leather belt called víbora, or snake, which he used to keep the silver coins with which he made his transactions. His passion was to travel around the world. He traveled with a circus throughout Mexico and part of the United States, where he was exhibited as the tallest man in the world. On one of his trips to the US, he returned married to a young northern girl called Josefa Flores, with whom he had two daughters. They were named María de Encarnación and María de Jesús, and even lived long enough to meet his grandchildren. There are some anecdotes about this peculiar man. For instance, it is said that one day a couple of men were arguing outside a store where the giant was doing some business. Remember, he was a businessman. He had asked them politely not to fight, as they were not letting him hear well. The heated argument turned into a fist fight. The enormous Tomas separated them and lifted them both onto the roof of the store and then left. Yeah, the two men were put by Tomason on the roof of the store, and well, other people, in order to rescue them, had to get a ladder so these guys could get off the roof. Yeah, we're speaking about a giant, a real giant. What would you have done if you were Tomason? To be honest with you, I would have done the same thing. Please leave on the comments what would you have done. Another one is that one day a bell arrived for the village church, but climbing it was going to be difficult, so they opted to ask Tomason to help them. The church helpers climbed up the bell tower, and Tomas took the bell with one hand, stretched his body as far as he could, and passed the bell to them without any problem. Quite a guy was Tomason, don't you think? Tomason's last job was as a guard at the Hospicio Cabañas in the city of Guadalajara, where people, rather than going to see the hospice, would go out of curiosity to see Tomason, always cheerful and smiling. After being diagnosed with diabetes, he went back to his hometown to spend his last years there. Unfortunately, the giant of Amatlán de Cañas ended his journey in this world on January 6, 1924, at age 61. A legend says that after passing away, Tomason grew bigger and couldn't fit in his coffin. So, as you can see, Mexico has a lot of great things to know, and we'll be discovering them here in this channel. Please be sure to subscribe and to activate the notifications bell so you can be aware when we'll be uploading a new story. You will see a new video about Mexico every Tuesday night here at the Teacher Club on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed learning about Tomason as much as I enjoyed doing it. See you next time. Bye for now.